You won't believe what Bahati has just done. The Kenyan music sensation has just declared war on TV47 after they aired a story accusing him of driving distracted while holding Diana Marua's leg. But that is not all. Bahati has just dropped a bombshell message that has left everyone talking. Ni mimi niko na makosa ama ni hawa watu wa TV47 wananichokoza? He wrote and then doubled down, vowing to buy the entire station. The tension is explosive and the internet is on fire, and what Bahati is threatening to do next might just change everything. Before we dive into the absolute chaos, you need to see the video that started it all.
Happy anniversary, baby.
Happy anniversary. I love you.
I love you.
Going out for dinner?
Yes, baby.
Thank you, honey.
The message that has every Kenyan asking, has Bahati completely lost it, or is TV47 playing dirty? Stick around because what happens next is going to absolutely blow your mind. In the video that will soon become the center of a massive controversy, Bahati was captured behind the wheel of his vehicle. What happens next is what has the entire nation divided. Diana, seated in the passenger seat, stretched her legs across to where Bahati was sitting, and Bahati, well, we have seen holding Diana's legs while driving. Now, I know what you're thinking, what is the big deal? But hold on, because this is where the story gets juicy. The video immediately sparked outrage across social media. Kenyans were not having it, and the comment section exploded with people calling out the musician for what they termed as reckless and distracted driving. Some said it was romantic, others called it irresponsible. But the real firestorm started when the story caught the attention of mainstream media, specifically TV47, and that's when Bahati decided he had had enough. The Motorist Association of Kenya has not just criticized Bahati, they went full force and called for action, and they are now demanding accountability. They used words like reckless, dangerous and life-threatening, and the organization has not been holding back, stating that Bahati's action constituted distracted driving, a serious traffic offense under the Kenyan law. Section 49 of the Traffic Act specifically penalizes anyone who drives without due care and attention, and according to experts, Bahati's interaction with Diana's legs while operating a moving vehicle, that's exactly what the law is talking about. We are talking about potential fines, potential court appearance, and potential criminal charges. Now, here is where this story takes a turn that will shock you. TV47, one of Kenya's prominent television stations, decided to cover the whole story, and not just a small mention. They did a full segment on it. They analyzed the video, they interviewed road safety experts and discussed the legal implications. But according to Bahati, and this is where it gets even spicy, TV47 didn't just report the news. In Bahati's view, they went after him. They suggested he was driving while distracted. They questioned his judgment and they put him on a blast in front of millions of viewers. TV47 will probably argue they were just doing their job. After all, journalists are supposed to hold public figures accountable. They're supposed to report on matters of public interest, and a celebrity potentially breaking traffic laws while broadcasting it to millions, that is definitely newsworthy. But Bahati has seen it completely different. In his mind, this wasn't journalism, this was a personal attack, and this was the media trying to tear him down. This was TV47 overstepping their boundaries and coming for his reputation, his marriage, and his image. And that is when Bahati did something that has everyone talking. He has taken it to social media, and he did not just respond, he has exploded, and the message he posted was short but loud with fury and implications. The message that has set the internet ablaze, Bahati has posted on his social media, and I quote, "Ni mimi niko na makosa ama ni hawa watu wa TV47 wananichokoza? Vile nilisema, hii station Nitainunua." And let me translate that for you. Am I the one in the wrong, or are these TV47 people provoking me? Like I said, I will buy this station. Bahati has just threatened to buy an entire television station, not just threatened to sue them, not just threatened to call them out, but to literally purchase the entire media house. And this isn't just confidence, this is next level audacity. Now, let's break down what is really happening in this message. First, Bahati is questioning who is in the wrong. He is asking Kenyans, is it him who is at fault or is it TV47 just trying to provoke him? The rhetorical question is powerful because he's not admitting to guilt. Instead, he's shifting the entire narrative, turning himself from the accused into the victim. Secondly, and this is the nuclear option, he's threatening to buy TV47. And now you might be thinking, can Bahati actually afford to buy a television station? And that is a valid question, because here is the thing, whether he can or can't isn't the point. The point is the audacity of his statement, the sheer boldness of telling a media organization, I'll just buy you and shut you down. And this isn't the first time Bahati is making such threats. Remember when he had beef with comedian Eddie Butita? He threatened to buy SPM bars. When TV presenter Fred Arocha called him out about the Harambee Stars pledge, he threatened to buy TV47 then too. It has become his signature move. But let's dig deeper, because there is something so much more happening beneath the surface, and this isn't just about one video or one controversy story. This is about power, this is about control, and this is about a celebrity who is tired of feeling like the media controls the narrative about his life. But here is something fascinating that I need to point out. Bahati has a pattern when it comes to controversy, and I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that as an observation. The man knows how to stay relevant. He knows how to keep people talking about him, and sometimes controversies work in his favor. Think about it. Seti song controversy, it got people talking about his music comeback. The Harambee Stars pledge drama, it kept the name trending for weeks. Even his past beefs with other celebrities, they all seem to somehow work out in a way that keeps Bahati in the public eye. Now, I'm not even saying that Bahati plans these controversies, but what I'm saying is that he has learned how to navigate them. He has learned that in the world of social media and entertainment, sometimes even negative attention can be beneficial. People who hate watch are still watching, and people who criticize are still engaging. And this TV47 situation is following the same pattern by making that bold statement about buying the station. Bahati has ensured that everyone is talking about him, not just about the driving video, but about his wealth, his power, his influence, as he flipped the script from Bahati the reckless driver to Bahati the mogul who could buy a TV station. And it's a masterclass in narrative control, whether intentional or not, and it is exactly this kind of move that keeps Bahati relevant in an industry where relevance is. Now let's zoom out for a moment and look at the bigger picture here. Now, as of the time of this video, TV47 has not issued an official response to Bahati's threat, and honestly, their silence is deafening. It could mean several things. Option 1, they are taking the high road. Option 2, they are consulting with their legal team. And option 3, they're loving this. Think about it, Bahati's outburst has given them more publicity. But here is my final take. I think Bahati is hurt and frustrated. I think he feels like he's under constant attack, and I think his threat to buy TV47 comes from a place of wanting to take back some control over his narrative. Whether it's the right response or a debatable, but I understand the emotion behind it. At the same time, TV47 was doing their job. They reported on something that was legitimately newsworthy, a celebrity engaging in potentially dangerous behavior. This is not just gossip, it's a matter of public safety, and they had every right to cover it. Do you think Bahati is justified in his anger at TV47? Do you think TV47 crossed the line? Do you think the whole thing is staged? And most importantly, do you think Bahati could actually buy TV47? If you enjoyed this deep dive into the drama, smash that like button. If you want more content breaking down Kenya's biggest celebrity controversies, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you never miss an upload. Share this video with your friends who have been following the story, and let's get everyone talking about it. And remember, whether you are Team Bahati or Team 47, we can all agree on one thing: this has been a wild ride.